All right, guys, as promised, part 2 of the podcast is here. This is part 2. Um, we're still in the subway doing some pressure washing. I kind of like this model where I'm pressure washing while I do a podcast. I kind of like this model. It's kind of awesome. I'm enjoying myself. But this is just going to be a little talk, right? We're just going to have a little talk about some things that are, some things in life, and again, I think of everything through the lens of Jesus and all that, but this is going to be just a you and me having a chit chat. About video games. Yes, this is my first ever gaming podcast. Yes, I'm talking about video games today. But I will start out by saying that on this video, even though it is a video gaming podcast, if you have a prayer request, please leave it down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, all that good nonsense, and let's get started, guys. Starfield coming out very soon. Very excited. I'm a big Bethesda freak. Oh my goodness gracious, am I a Bethesda freak? I enjoy Bethesda games. One of the big games that I've played the heck out of is Skyrim. Pretty much everybody. I actually have a friend of mine who has never played Skyrim, never touched it. Sad for him, but yeah, we're not friends anymore. I'm joking. Obviously joking. But seriously. But yeah, so I've played the heck out of Bethesda games. Fallout 4, I've played through many times. Fallout 4. I had the bug where I've sided with the. Okay, listen. Don't judge me, but I sided with the Institute at one point. Went to go meet Father in the little thingy place, the museum. Yeah, he fell through the floor. I fell through the floor. Actually, no, I fell through the floor. It was awful. Okay. So a whole 60 hours just gone. But anyway, ended up siding with, I think I sided with the Minutemen. Really, honestly, that game, there's really no great outcome. Honestly, the Minutemen just seemed like the lesser evil outcome. But yeah, Starfield, super excited about it. I think it drops on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't pre-order. I'm not going to be playing it early. I'm going to be playing it on launch day. Mainly because, well, one of the reasons is I don't have a job. At the moment, I'm about to start school here soon, and I'm helping take care of my mom, which that's awesome. I feel blessed to be able to do that. But I'll be playing it on launch day. I'll be putting up videos of my playthroughs on it on launch day, as will everybody else. I understand I'm going to be sort of bottom tier, but I don't really care, man. I'm just doing this for fun. Just having fun, man. It's a gaming ministry, and it's more about the ministry than the gaming sometimes. But as promised, I am going to be doing some gaming podcasts. But yeah, Starfield, super excited. Hopefully it's another Bethesda game that I can get lost in and will hold up as well as Skyrim has for years and years and years and years to come. With Skyrim, I have thousands of hours between 3 consoles. 360. It was actually the first game I ever had on the Xbox 360. I actually got the bundle from Costco. They had the Skyrim 360 bundle at Costco. Ended up getting it and absolutely adoring it. So it is my number one favorite game of all time. It has a special place in my heart. I know there's a lot of people that talk about games having special place in their heart. I know, like, Markiplier talks about Doom, because it was one of the first games he ever played. Same with me, and Skyrim is, well, it's not the first game I played. I had a PlayStation 1, played Tony Hawk Pro Skater on there, played a motocross game on there. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head, but There was it's an old motocross game that was on there. And it was so much fun playing with my brother. But yeah, and then I had the original Xbox, which that was where I discovered my love for Halo, which has kind of dwindled since. Halo Infinite, it's not a bad game. It's a decent game. I don't understand all the hate it gets. I know they tried something new, which I'm always down to try some for a company to try something new. But yeah, especially like Redfall, they tried something new and it just didn't end up panning out. Hopefully they can update the game and make it better. I enjoy jumping into Redfall every once in a while. It's not the best game ever made, but it's not going to win any Game of the Year trophies. But it's not a bad game. It gets a lot of bad press and a lot of people don't like it. My thing is there's a lot of people that do enjoy it, and if you do, as I do, don't let someone else affect your opinion on a game just because X person doesn't like it and they do a lot of game reviews, so they must be smart on the situation. Was it a great release? No. What is it? Is it a good game? It has potential to be one. Yes. Am I sick of AAA titles releasing incomplete games? Absolutely, I am. However, I do applaud them for trying something new, and just hopefully they work with a new company to try to fix the game, and make Redfall great. But hopefully we all know, like, the thing is that you're crazy if you think that Starfield's not going to launch with bugs. It's Bethesda. Every game launches with bugs. Open world games in themselves launch with bugs all the time. It just happens. As someone that graduated, I just graduated with from a game design program in school. It's hard to get all those assets to load all at once, and load up properly. People talk Mass Effect Andromeda being one of them. A lot of the open world games with Mass Effect Andromeda, that was just as a humongous Mass Effect fan, okay, as someone who has played, again, thousands of hours of Mass Effect across all platforms, Mass Effect Andromeda was bad. It was just bad, and I got suckered in deluxe edition, and they never released any DLC for it, which I think is kind of shady, but whatever. It is what it is. But hey, got the multiplayer packs, microtransactions. We all love those. But yeah, Starfield, super excited about it. Cannot wait to get my hands on it and see what world Bethesda has thought up next. What other games are releasing? Game Pass. There's a game on there called Tectonica. I advise you to check it out. If you're into like building games, it's not really a survival game. It's sort of like a building game. There's no eating and drinking involved. I wouldn't call it a survival game. It's more like a Minecraft-esque game. Don't really know how I describe it, but Minecraft-esque would be about the closest I can come. That's on Game Pass. Give that a shot. I actually, I went into the game kind of like, graphics were okay. It's kind of like old school graphics. I said I was going to do a gameplay review on it, and I never ended up uploading that because there was a lot of dead air because I was trying to figure how everything else worked out. So I just I am just not going to do that. I'll just do a gaming podcast and I'll let them know how it went. Really fun game. I was very, very surprised at how fun it was. It was a very, very fun game. It was a game that I can see myself playing Multiple playthroughs of. The gameplay loop is very fun. Basically, you're just trying to restart a underground facility that was created to study an alien planet. I that's what I gleaned from the actual, playing of the game. That's what I gleaned from it. But if you have Game Pass, definitely check that game out. It's very fun. It's a little confusing at first, but other than that, it's a lot of fun. Some of the building mechanics are a bit unexplained. One of my gripes about it. I mean, it's you're not going to win any games of the year, but as far as just like a really solid game, it could provide you with hours of solid fun. So that's one good game. There's another game that I've tried. It's another game, and it is. And by the way, it is in game preview. So let that sort of be your guiding decision making on whether you want to touch it or not. It is in game preview, so it is kind of buggy. Well, actually, I can't really. Actually, honestly, I can't really think of many bugs that I ran into that weren't like just, I couldn't traverse a certain area because of bugs or something. It wasn't really, and there's no enemies. There's no combat system, which I'm down with. If I'm trying to learn a new game, having to learn a combat system and having to fight my way through mobs and mobs of enemies, it's kind of just a relaxing type of Minecraft. It's like if you threw Minecraft on peaceful mode and just left it there. That it's a lot of fun. Check it out. It's called Tectonica. It's like I said, it's in game preview. So yeah, it's a really awesome game. It's called The Walking Something. Hold on. I'm not going to go to my home screen because I'm embarrassed by my home screen. Don't you worry about my home screen. Okay. My home screen is my home screen. For some odd reason, there we go. This game here, I'm gonna be playing this soon. Bramble the Mountain King. Heard a lot of really good things about it. Commonhood, they've updated a few things. This is also a newer game. I might do some playthroughs on that. I don't know. There's Tectonica right there. It says game. The Wandering Village, another game that I'm going to be trying out. This game was kind of poopy. Wasn't thrilled with it. It's just, what was that other game called that I used to play a lot? I can't remember the name of it, but it's sort of a play on another game. So yeah, Tectonica, really good game. Commonhood, another good game. Arcade Paradise, another good game. I'm gonna be doing it on here on YouTube. I'm gonna be doing an full Assassin's Creed playthrough from 1 all the way to Valhalla, skipping the other 2 because they are too stinking long. So I want to keep my playthrough kind of going, but I've got them all downloaded, including Unity. Unity got a bad rap because it came with bugs. But as you can tell, I'm an open world kind of guy. I love open world stuff. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2, I've got hours on that. Division 2, Valhalla, Destiny 2, which I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. I'm going to give you my Sea of Thieves, Skyrim as well. So, but I'm going to give you my sort of take on the whole Destiny thing. But yeah, The Walking Village. At first glance, I only played. I can't give a full like. I played a good 4 hours, I think, of Tectonica. And so I can give you kind of like my take on Tectonica. But as far as The Walking Village, I only could really take. I don't even know if I played 30 minutes on that. So I can't really give you like a definitive yes, I would definitely download it right now or not. I'm gonna go back and play it again, simply because I want to give you guys like a really good um take on that. I like indie developers. I like, developers that are small teams. They're not bound by the AAA, life. The live service nonsense we have going on right now of buy all of our stuff. We provide you nothing, but buy all of our stuff. But yeah, so again, I can't really give you a solid review on that game yet. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a video on it. I don't know, because I don't like to be one of those guys that's like, yeah, I played 5 minutes of the game. It's like one guy was talking about Raid Shadow Legends, which is one of my favorite games out there. I know that's kind of cringy, but I love Raid Shadow Legends. I've just recently started to sort of push through. Like an arena, just simply because I want Arbiter. I've been playing the game 4 years and still haven't gotten Arbiter yet. So, just simply because, before they changed PvP arena in that game. It was kind of hard to get to gold, because you were in bronze facing like 200,000 teams, and my team wasn't good at all. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, there was a guy that said, I played Raid for like 10 minutes and I got bored. Sorry, sir, but 10 minutes of Raid and you got bored does not make you have a solid decision on a video game. If you play 10 minutes of a video game, you can't have a solid review process on it. It's like another guy said about Redfall. He's like, I turned it on and I saw the graphics were awful and I turned it right back off. Okay, but that doesn't tell me what you thought of the actual gameplay loop. Oh, no, I didn't even have time for the gameplay loop. The graphics were awful. Okay, solid. But what about the gameplay loop? I'm not like that. I want to give you a full solid review. So, said all that to say this. I'm going to go back through, I think, soon. Probably before the next gaming podcast, which, as I said, I'll probably do on Fridays, but I'm doing like a double thing today. I did a podcast, a preaching podcast, which I am a preacher, I'm a pastor, certified, pastor. So, but I did the podcast. So I'm giving you kind of a double day, because I've been kind of lacking on some content here and trying to do a Destiny RPG playthrough, which I think I'm just going to call it quits on that, because it's just not, yeah. But yeah, so, so I'm going to play the game through. I don't want to give you kind of a stinky review on it. And I want to give you a solid review, because I want to give the devs, the benefit of the doubt on it. But if it's just not for me, it's just not for me. I mean, like I said, I could only make it through 30 minutes, and I was just like, I don't think this game's for me. It's not a bad game. It looks really nice, actually. It's a very, very beautiful game. The landscape's very beautiful. Basically, I think the premise of the game is you're on the back of some sort of animal, and it survives on having things built on it or something. I'll have to restart a whole playthrough on it. I might actually do a playthrough video on it, so you guys can see kind of what the premise of the game is. But if you want to download it for yourselves, it's on Game Pass right now. And again, it's in game preview, so let that kind of, again, guide you on what you do, on the decision making on whether you want to play it or not. Please don't trash devs for game preview games. I'm so sick of seeing that nonsense of people just trashing devs, especially, smaller devs, like, oh, this game stinks. You guys released the game. It's in game preview. Okay. They're allowing us to test the game. Maybe they can't afford. Sometimes with game preview games, something I've learned, because I used to do that. I used to be like one of those, like, why you bother putting in a game preview? Don't you have game testers for that? Sometimes they can't, especially smaller development teams. They can't really afford a team of game testers, because those do get really costly. And yeah, so sometimes they just allow the public to test the game out for them, and most of the time they'll put it on like Game Pass, or they'll put it up for free, or they'll have like it'd be $20, $30, $10. You can do founder program, stuff like that. I think it is $30, which for your investment, you're basically investing in the team, being able to go out there and make the product better, especially if you're into those types of games. Like, you can help to make the game better. So, but yeah, it's in game preview. So please stop giving devs crap of the fact that it's in game preview. I mean, come on, guys, do better, humans. So yeah, that's something I will say. Sorry for that rant. It annoys me when I look at like the reviews on like Xbox, and all you see is, this game's crap, this game's stupid, I hate this game. Then don't play it, man. Just go play something else. Go play COD. Sounds like more your style of game. Shoot, die, repeat. But yeah, Common Hood. Again, I only played 5 minutes of the game. There was a lot of control bugs, a lot of like visual bugs that were just, it didn't make the game unplayable, but it made the game unenjoyable. So they've put out patches to fix most of that. I'll have to go back and look at those patches to see if they fixed really anything. But yeah, those are some games that I'm really interested in doing. Again, I'm gonna be doing the Assassin's Creed complete playthrough, from 1 to the last one. Well, 1 to Valhalla, because I am super excited about the new Assassin's Creed. I don't remember what the name of it's called. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. They've changed it so many times. Actually, let me see what the new Assassin's Creed. But I'm super excited. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I've been playing. My first one actually was the second one. It was actually the Ezio, the second Assassin's Creed. I never played the first one. No, I take that back. I did play the first one. I was not a fan of Altair. Just wasn't a fan of his storyline and that kind of thing. I just really couldn't get into it. And then when they released Assassin's Creed 2, I was like, okay, well, I'll give it another shot. Absolutely fell in love with the whole story arc of Ezio, and being able to play as him, and his story kind of dove super deep. And then when it got down to, he was doing the whole thing with, I don't think I've ever finished the first one. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's one of the reasons I'm going back through, so I could finish the first one and actually say I finished it. But when he started to kind of talk about Altair and tell his story, and I kind of got a little more interested. But yeah, so Assassin's Creed Mirage, super excited about that. I think I hopefully it's really good. It plays off, I think, of the guy from Valhalla, if I'm not mistaken, that's his story. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so that's another game along with Starfield that I'm excited about. Let's see. Not excited about GTA 6. I'm not a huge GTA fan. I played a lot of GTA 5 when it first came out. I played with some friends online. I did the whole online GTA experience. Played through the story mode twice. It was good, the story was good. Um, I played it. It was a thing. It happened. Just was not a fan of the online experience. Started getting. I think I sat there one day and got griefed for like 20 minutes. Guy wouldn't leave me alone, even though I was on passive mode. I was trying, doing jobs on there. It's kind of hard. So, everybody kind of stopped playing it, and so I kind of got left behind, holding the bag, so to speak. So getting jobs done was kind of, Um, so really not all excited about GTA 6. I might buy if it's on sale, but other than that, I'm fine. EAFC, you will be seeing some content from that. I'm a huge sports game guy. I play a lot of. Actually, after this podcast, I'm actually going to go play some MLB 23. Yeah, 23. I got to get the Team Affinity done on that. I'm actually super close to getting that finished, and then I just sort of stop after that. But yeah, EAFC. Very excited about that. Going to doing some more career modes on that because I'm a huge career mode guy. I'm not really an ultimate team guy. I'm more of a career mode person. But being able to do a live sim on career mode where you're actually watching the game being played, that's something I have been asking for many years. Actually, the funny thing is that Pez, or whatever it's called now, which they've totally abandoned career mode. Pez had that where you could watch the game being played in front of you in real time. It was solid. I liked that. I thought that was really cool, because and when FIFA brought in when they were talking about, we have live sim, like, oh, sweet, we can watch the game be played. And then it's like, yeah, no, you're just going to look at a bunch of dots and squares on the screen, and that's all you're looking at. I'm like, oh, well, ew. That's not really awesome, is it? But yeah, I've got high hopes for that. Again, I'm doing some career modes on that on the channel here. But I am excited about that. I know it's EA, and I know that it gets a lot of crap and stuff like that, but I'm still excited about it. NHL, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it or not. I really just don't know. I bought it last year. I think I ended up deleting it off my hard drive halfway through the season. I don't know, something about NHL. Doing a career mode in NHL is kind of wonky because the growth isn't as fast as I guess because of the fact that in FIFA, you see the growth in real time. It happens over the season. With NHL, it sort of happens at the end of the season. So you could have a guy that's 60 overall, super high development, and then he doesn't grow at all throughout the season, which it's like, okay, well, that's stupid. And if you don't grow for development, then you're just sort of stuck at the bottom. But anyway, that's just me. It might just be my need for them to grow quickly, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's exciting for the games coming up. I mean, I think we're gonna have a solid group of games coming out. Stray's coming to Xbox. I wish it was coming to Game Pass. I read an article the other day that said that was a swing and a miss, and I do agree. They could have put Stray on Game Pass, but they decided to not. So that's on them. That they make their decisions. They're big boys. They make their decisions. I just don't happen to have the disposable income of just purchasing games. But yeah, Stray is coming to Xbox. I've heard great things. I've never watched a full playthrough of it. I watched the first episode, and I was like, this game's cool. And then I just, if it's a cool game that I want to play, I don't watch the ending. It's like Dead Island 2. I was super stoked about it, and then I heard it was super short, and it was super just side quest type of thing. So I was like, I'm not wasting my money on that. I'll just wait for, Christmas time, and then I'll go purchase it, or, wait for a big sale to come through and then purchase it then. But I didn't see paying full price for something that's short. I'm kind of getting sick of game devs who put out like an 8-hour product for $100. It's like, here, buy all of our DLC, and we got DLC coming out. It's like, yeah, but how long is that DLC going to be? You know what I mean? So, but let's talk about the Destiny problem. As someone who's got over 5,000 hours in Destiny, I feel like I can speak on the Destiny problem. I've watched Aztecross, someone who I greatly respect on the sort of decision making of the game. He's played way more hours than I have. I've seen Grenader Jake, another guy that I respect on the PvP side of things. Pure Chill, I've seen his stuff on it. More I watch Grenader Jake though, because I think Grenader Jake's a pretty cool dude. But I've watched a lot of reaction videos to it, and I've kind of discussed it with some people, the guys that I play with, my group that I play with. And I just kind of want to give my 2 cents on it. I agree with a lot of the sentiment in the community. Now I will note this. Death threats are unnecessary. Constructive criticism, yeah, that's fine. If you want to criticize them constructively and say, hey, game needs work or whatever, that's fine. But sending death threats is unnecessary and it's stupid, and just stop. Be a decent human being for once in your life, please. It's a video game. It's not that important. There's way more important things in life going on right now than just a video game. That means absolutely nothing. It's pixels on a screen. At the end of the day, you're not, the video game does not, have any sort of sway on your life. Understandably, it's a way, it's something you enjoy doing, and that's fine. But sending death threats to someone is not, it's just not cool in any situation. But my whole thing on the game is, they talk about beyond the final shape. I honestly agree with the sentiment that there will be nothing beyond the final shape. I think Destiny is done. I think Bungie's done with Destiny. I think that they're using it to fund Marathon. I will not be playing Marathon. I mean, I wish them the best. I hope that Marathon does do well. I just think it's kind of sneaky that they're using us to fund another game. They're using, and I know that sounds kind of moronic, but we play Destiny. We buy the microtransactions. We buy the season passes. We buy the DLCs to fund Destiny. Because that's what it's all about. That's what they told us in the beginning, right? Like microtransactions and all that, that's going to be able to fund Destiny. They went free to play, which I kind of saw the ends of the ends. And I mentioned that to my friends as well. Is when they went free to play, I saw that as the end of the end. Or not the end of the end, the beginning of the end. When they went free to play. Mainly because, and I even said that it was going to have a direct impact on PvP. And it has. Cheaters, they get banned, and then they just go create another account, and they're right back at it. They don't care. Because they don't even need to level up. They don't need anything, because they honestly just can go into trials with blue weapons, and it takes them maybe an hour to level back up to get back into trials. I mean, even then, it takes them 3 weeks to ban somebody. Kind of sad when when Call of Duty's doing better on the ban side than, you know, any other game. But yeah, when they went free to play, I kind of saw the beginning of the end there. Simply because you can't say you're free to play and then charge us $100 for a DLC. You can't do that. You say, oh, we're free to play, but we have dungeon keys. We have, $100 for the DLC, which gets you the dungeon key, and it gets you 4 season passes, and it gets you this, and it gets you that. You look at a game like Warframe. Okay, yes, I'm talking about Warframe. I enjoy Warframe, so I played the mess out of some Warframe. I have thousands of hours into Warframe. And if they ever decide to stop making repetitive loops, I would go and whenever new stuff comes out for Warframe, I play it. I was actually a big fan of this new DLC, the new DLC they have, but look at Warframe. Yeah. They have the best free to play model out there. Their free to play model is you can play the game for free, or you can pay for it. Playing the game for free takes a lot longer to get stuff, but you can get stuff absolutely free. You can play that game 100% free, no issues, no nothing. You don't have to buy anything in that game if you don't want to. And I think that's great. I've spent money on the game simply because it's free to play. And you look at Deep Rock Galactic, another game that has a perfect free to play. Is Deep Rock free to play? Hold on. No, I think they are 30. No, I think it's $30 to play. I don't think Deep Rock is free to play. Let me check on that. Hold on. Before I put my foot in my mouth. I have it sitting here on my shoulder. Hold on a second. So apparently, no, it's not free to play. It's just been on Game. Yeah, it's on Game Pass, but I think it's like $30. So yeah, I apologize. So let me put my foot down. But you have Deep Rock Galactic, right? They have cosmetics. DLC, free. You pay one purchase. It's how games used to be, right? You have DLC, free. Their season pass, free. Their game is solid. It's fun to play. Not really playing by yourself. I've been, coming from a guy who was in an entire thing for over 45 minutes. I think my longest expedition was an hour, just simply because I didn't plan properly. I didn't have the proper person. But it's not single player friendly. I can assure you on that one. I don't play with other people. I don't play with random strangers online. My mom always told me don't talk to strangers. So therefore, ergo, I don't talk to strangers. But Deep Rock Galactic, right? You pay $30 for the game, or $60 or however many money dollars it is for the game. You can buy cosmetics if you want, but look at their cosmetic packs. I implore you to just take a look at their cosmetic packs. There's a bunch of cosmetics in there in one pack. That's like $30. One cosmetic. Then you look at Destiny. One armor suit. Armor suit? No. One transmog thingy. I can't. Ornament. One ornament. $30 for one whole ornament suit thing. I'm super just sorry if that just sounds ridiculous, but I can't think of what it's called at the moment. Then you have weapon ornaments. It's like $7, I think $7 or $8 for a weapon ornament. It's like, yeah, but you can get it with Bright Dust. You stopped allowing us to earn Bright Dust. I mean, yeah, we can get it from doing weekly stuff. We can get it from doing, bounties, 25 Bright Dust. I remember when certain things would break down to, you break down a ship, that's 100 Bright Dust. Destiny is, people want to talk about Raid Shadow Legends being a money pit and being greedy. Destiny allowed their greed to get to them. And I could have understood, right, if they were still independent. They didn't have, a backing of a major company. Sony bought the rights to them for $3.6 billion. $3.6 billion. They came out with their state of the game the other day. And I was floored at the language they were using. I was very floored. And not in a good way. The language they were using was basically, we can't afford to do two things at once. Because all the money we make off of here is going into Marathon. Again, I hope Destiny does, or Bungie does well with Marathon. I don't wish them any harm. I don't wish them, as a company, I don't wish to see them go under. But as a player of Destiny, as someone who has put hours and hours and hours into Destiny, I feel betrayed. I feel like, and again, shocker, it's a company, but I feel betrayed. I really do. I feel betrayed. I feel like it's kind of one of those things where they pulled the wool over our eyes. And when they announced they were doing a new IP, I got kind of skeptical at that point. Everyone got excited because like, oh, new IP, it's Destiny 3. It's like, no. New IP normally means the end of this IP. It's kind of like with Outriders, a game that I absolutely loved. I love, and I still do. Every once in a while, there's some games, right, that you play. And you play the crap out of it, and then you delete it off your hard drive. And then you sit there and think about it like, man, I really wish, I'm going to re-download it. You re-download it and you play it again and you love it. You just absolutely love the game. You fall in love with it again. You play it for a while and then you realize there's nothing new coming. Square Enix pulled the plug on it way too soon. And I kind of was reading some news and they're like, Square Enix pulled the plug because they wanted to work on new IPs. They had a great IP in Outriders. I think it would behoove them to do a new Outriders, to do Outriders 2. I think it would be great. And I know a lot of people like Actman and everybody gave Outriders sort of a bad, crappy review. I loved the game. Mainly because I play a game for what it is, right? I'm not here to sit there. I'm not playing a game for, oh my gosh, the graphics are mind blowing. There's been some games that had some really old school graphics that have been great, that have had solid reviews. Okay, I don't need my eyes blown out by graphics every 5 minutes. I loved the graphics in Red Dead Redemption 2. That was an absolute masterpiece. You know, Rockstar did an amazing job on that game. It was just amazing. Beautiful, beautiful game. You know, you played the game and you turned it off and you wanted to turn it right back on because you wanted to play it again. You want to play more. You saw yourself sitting there for 10, 12, 13 hours doing just sessions of playing the game. Always something to do. You know, you're riding along your horse and just something to do. And then you would nighttime. I think the first time I was really blown away by the game was I was at the first area you go to, and the sunset was coming off. Sunset. The sun was setting. There's the words. I found them. The sun was setting, and I looked out. I'm like, man, this is so good. And then it blew me away. And then you had the online, and I started to get into the online. And then right as I started to get in the online, because I wanted to play through the game multiple times because I wanted to do what I call the butthole playthrough, where I'm just a literal butthole to everybody. Couldn't make myself do it because, you know, it's the first game that made me cry because, you know, I wanted to be the good guy. You know, I wanted Arthur to be good. And so I tried the whole butthole thing and I couldn't do it. I could not rob people. I don't know why. Pixels on a screen, I get it, but it's just like, I couldn't make myself do it. I couldn't do it. But Rockstar cut support. And I get it. They wanted to make GTA 6, but I think the whole thing with Destiny, going back to what we were talking about, I think the whole thing with Destiny is Destiny needs to figure out what is important to them. Is Destiny important to the Bungie, not Destiny. Sorry, Bungie needs to figure out what's more important to them. An IP that may or may not do good or an IP that's already doing solid. Like I said with Square Enix. An IP that's doing solid. With Outriders was doing great. Everyone was loving the game. There was multiple people covering the game. Plater Bear was one of the best. Nick 2 was also a really good one. They pumped on the nerfs to a lot of things, which ticked a lot of people off. And it was just one of those things where, like, for me, I don't think game devs think of the community sometimes. I know they say they do. I know Bungie says they care about their community, they think about the community, all this other stuff. But I don't really think they do. My opinion, again, take it or leave it. That's my opinion. I don't think they do. I think Bungie has done a great job in the past with D1. But I think they've kind of with this new wave of dev teams. I think this new wave of dev teams just don't care. You know, they just really don't care. They're there to make the money. And you know, I feel for the PvP community. I'm not part of the PvP community. I mean, I love PvP and Destiny. I mean, I think the Crucible, Destiny, and I've heard this sentiment from a lot of people lately. Destiny has some of the best gunplay in any game has ever had. And I can second that. I think Destiny has some great gunplay. If they didn't have the absolute, you know, ability spam that they have, I think Destiny would just be solid. But their ability spam is what it is. It's part of the game. But it has some of the best gunplay and the best guns and just best archetypes of guns I've ever seen. But I'll end my rant with this. August 22nd will be make or break for Destiny. The final shape, it'll come, it'll be what it is, and we'll all move on. I think, and I think and I don't think there is a big sentiment in the community now. I was watching Azzacross's video where he was talking to Les about it, and Les said, I think after final shape, he's done. A lot of other people have said the same thing. After final shape, they're done. They're done with Destiny. And this is not on, and a lot of the dev team, a lot of people, a lot of the Bungie, or a lot of the Destiny, people that are just Destiny does no wrong. I can't think of the word top of my head. They've kind of said, well, it's your fault. It's like you want too much from them. It's like, what? I want too much from a game that I'm paying $100 a year for, just so they can take that $100 and throw it on another IP that I'm probably not going to play. And I've even heard sentiment from a lot of people that play like Tarkov mains, right? They even said, because that's basically what Marathon is it's a Tarkov-esque game. They're not going to go play Marathon. It's too cartoony. They like Tarkov because it's realism. And I'm not a fan of this whole new genre of PvE, PvP games. I like to separate the two. I mean, I was a big fan of Gambit when it first came out. I was a huge fan of Gambit. I loved Gambit when it first came out. I mean, I thought the concept was pretty cool. But on top of that, it's like, I think PvE should be separate. I'm honestly surprised Marathon's not a battle royale game. I'm honestly surprised, but I think that genre's kind of died off somewhat. I know they keep coming out with more and more and more, and PUBG's still a thing, and I play PUBG every now and then with some friends, and I'm not a main on those things. And if you are, I'm not dogging you for maining those. So good on you. You have what you enjoy. Enjoy what you enjoy. I just don't happen to enjoy them. I honestly think the loop of drop in, loot, die, repeat. I honestly am not a fan of that kind of loop. You spend half your time on a menu screen, especially if you're not good at those games. You spend half your gameplay on the menu screen talking to your friends. If I was going to do that, I'd play something like Power Wash Simulator, which I enjoy this game. Which is why I use this for my podcast. I was doing it in front of like my Skyrim home, but I just was not a fan of. I don't like the whole pause thing where, like, if you don't move your mouth, I'm stuck on. Where if you don't move your controller, it sort of pans around the room. I want you to stare at a nice quiet fireplace and not my face. But yeah, so I guess the question I should ask myself, am I done after Final Shape? I don't know. I haven't made my decision yet. But I honestly don't think there's going to be anything after Final Shape. Could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I honestly hope I'm wrong. I maybe after Final Shape, they say, hey, you know what? Instead of the Darkness and Light saga, we're going to do the Gray and Off-White saga or something. I don't know. But I've been one to be critical of Bungie in the past. I'm not going to lie about it. Destiny 1. I have a big, huge love for. I loved Destiny 1. I adored Destiny 1. Now, I will say it started out where I didn't enjoy Destiny 1. I played Destiny 1 for, geez, always. I think I got to like level 8, level 9. I was like, ew. I was playing by myself. I was the only one with a 360. Everybody else had an Xbox One. So I was playing by myself. So I kind of just didn't have anybody to play with. So I took it back to GameStop. I took it to GameStop, traded it in, and I went and played something else. I think I went and played Skyrim some more. And then finally I got enough money to afford an Xbox One, went and bought an Xbox One, and went and bought Destiny and an Xbox One, and then the rest is history. I restarted my character multiple times on Destiny 1 just because of how fun the game itself was. I made my own fun whenever that huge, I think it was like a 6-month gap, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that huge gap of time in Destiny 1 where there was no content. I think any Destiny 1 player will remember that time where there was just nothing. I mean nothing to do. You could sit there and do your strikes. You could sit there and do your PvP. And you could do your nightfalls. That was it. That was all there was to do. Well, and patrols, but who mained patrols? There was nothing to do. So I would just start up a whole new character to give myself something to do because I wanted to play Destiny. And I've like I said, I did that with Destiny 2. I was going to do the RPG playthrough of Destiny all the way through, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I hope I'm wrong. I do. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be. I don't think I am. And that's my bias because it's my opinion. So obviously I'm going to have a bias on my own opinion. But I want to be wrong. I want Destiny. I want Bungie to prove me wrong. I want them to literally prove me wrong. I want them to, after Final Shape, show me Destiny 3. But I don't think they will. I think it's all going to be all hands on deck for Marathon. And everybody that's been playing Destiny, we're going to get a thank you for the 10 years. But it's time to shut the doors. I just, again, I hope I'm wrong, but I think that's what's going to happen. And I think it's either going to happen because they want it to, or they're going to be forced to, because they're losing their player base. They're losing their player base, and they know it. They see it, and they're doing nothing about it. They're basically saying, wait for the showcase. We're going to blow your socks off with a showcase. They said that I don't know how many times. But I can't even bring myself to get hyped for the showcase, and I probably won't even watch it. I'll probably just watch a reaction video of the showcase, simply because it's kind of like an ex-girlfriend, right? She calls you. You don't want to talk to her anymore, but you hand the phone off to somebody else to hear talk to her and said, just give me the highlights. I mean, I'll probably watch it so I can give it a reaction here on YouTube. But because I want my reactions to be out there. But I'm not. I still remember Destiny 1 when Taken. I think it was it it's Taken King, actually. It was a Taken King dev showcase. I still remember with me, my brother, and my friend Cody. We got into an Xbox Live party, 12:54. Well, yeah, it was 12:54 because it was 10 a.m. their time. 12:54. We got into the Xbox Live party. We all turned on Twitch. We didn't touch the game. Nothing. We were not gaming. We were literally sitting there on our home screens watching the Taken King showcase. And we were all just like giggling like a bunch of schoolgirls because what we saw was just blowing us away. And it was mind-boggling what they were doing. Then Rise of Iron, same thing. We sat there 12:54, got into a party with each other, and sat there and watched the showcase. The hype's gone. The hype is the hype's gone, you know? That kind of hype, I don't think it's ever going to come back. You know? I mean, it's kind of, it's left a bad taste in my mouth for the company. And I agree with the sentiment of, I think it was As the Cross. Do not quote me on that, but I don't remember who it was. I think it may have been Fallout. But they're trying to get people to come over and play Marathon. And they're doing it. They're saying, hey, you know, we're coming out with this new game called Marathon. Come play our game. And yet they're watching the crap show that's happening with Destiny. That would be like somebody opening up a brand new store and they have a customer in there that they don't like. And right in front of everybody, they beat the crap out of them. I don't think I'd go in that store. But they're sitting there saying, hey, come shop with us. Might get the crap beaten out of you, but come shop with us. It's not a good look. Again, I want to make this very clear. I hope Marathon does well. And I hope Bungie remains a game studio for many years to come. And I hope that they learn from what I'm calling the Destiny mistake. I hope they learn from it. I really do. I hope they take from what this is and what's happening with the Destiny, with the community, and they learn from this, and it doesn't filter over into Marathon. I really do. But I don't think it will. I think it's going to breed over into Marathon, because like one person has said, and I watched a reaction from someone that doesn't play Destiny. He said that, why would I entrust you with my wallet when I see which, especially if Marathon starts to die and I've invested all this money in a Marathon. I bought your packs. I bought your microtransactions. I bought this weapon skins. We know there's going to be microtransactions in it. I mean, that's the way of the world now, which thank you, Fortnite. Which is literally called the Fortnite model. You got a bunch of kids going there, stealing their mom and dad's wallet, saying, hey, I want this skin. I want this weapon skin. It looks so cool. I'm old enough to remember when video games would give you everything. You'd already have the DLC sitting there. You just play the main game, then you moved on to DLC. That's it. That was the game. And you could earn stuff. I mean, you look like Tony Hawk. You look at basically any game, older game. Like, you could earn everything in game. You could earn like big head mode or, this certain skin or whatever in game. You had to do some stuff for it. Like, you had to do some stuff. Like, I remember Tony Hawk, you had to unlock a certain skater, right? You had to do a certain amount of things to get this skater unlocked in career mode. You had to play the game in order to get something from the game. I don't understand what's wrong with that. Why now all of a sudden we have to pay for a game, $100, however much, pay for a game, but we have to pay more for more things in the game to unlock more things in the game. I think if Bungie would just allow us to, number one, earn more Bright Dust than 250 per weekly thing, or if they would allow us to, like, when there's a special event up like the Dawning or the Halloween event, right? Get this. If there's a Halloween event, like, okay, perfect example, this game, right? There's DLC for this game now. There's the SpongeBob DLC, $7. Not too shabby, right? So, clothing. I can earn the money to buy these clothing. This clothing. I can earn the money to buy all this clothing. Right, just bought it. Well, that's cool. Octopus. I actually haven't been in here. Yeah, I can earn the money to buy all of this clothing right here. All of it. Okay. Modifications, skins for my guns, flower power, carbon, jungle, retro. I buy all of this stuff. Not that I would put it on because I'm not using any of that stuff, but did I buy all this stuff? Hold on. No, I'm not kidding. Okay. So I earned the money to buy all this stuff. But that's what I'm talking about right here. SpongeBob SquarePants DLC. New jobs. Right? They released the Lara Croft DLC for free. But yeah, I go in here, put it on. I don't remember how to put my clothes on. I'm naked. Oh, there it is. Put these octopus gloves on. Can't really see them. I mean, obviously, but I put the octopus gloves on. I earn it in game. I didn't have to go break my wallet open. Just earned it in game because I'm sitting here doing these jobs. And I earned it. Why can't Bungie allow us just to earn the Dawning transmog ornaments? Make it something like get 7,000 kills with a hand cannon or, 20,000 precision kills with a linear fusion rifle. Something. Make it difficult. It's like Warframe. Like I mentioned Warframe before. This is why they say they have the perfect model, right? You can play the game for free. Totally free. Don't have to pay for anything. But in order to unlock or, make the Warframe, you have to earn the parts. Play the game, earn the parts. That takes hours. Then, when you get all the parts, you have to make the parts. That takes hours. That takes 24 hours per part. Okay? So, let's say you earn one part, you make it, that's 24 hours. Earn another part, make it, that's another 24 hours. So, it could be a week before you even get the parts done. Then, top of that, in order to actually build the Warframe, it is 72 hours for the entire Warframe to be done. 72 hours. Or, you don't want to wait that long. Just buy some platinum. Or trade your way to platinum. Again, you can still play the game 100% free because there is a trading system for platinum. You can trade for the platinum and get the Warframe like that. Like I said, Warframe has people don't want to talk about Warframe. People say, stop mentioning Warframe. Stop mentioning Warframe. Why? Because it hurts people's feelings too much to know that there's a better game out there. The Destiny shills, that's the word I was looking for earlier. The Destiny shills do not like you talking about Warframe and Destiny in the same breath. Because there is a system in place in Warframe that is not in Destiny. Then you have the system in place for, let's say, Division 2. Right? Say there's a gun you've been wanting for so long. I could just get it to you. We could be playing together. Let's say there's a role you're looking for, right? Let's say you're looking for not an immortal. Like I would honestly say, like, cut out trials weapons. But let's say there's a raid weapon like a Rufus's Fury, right? You're looking for a particular role. Cut out red borders. Just make it to where it's like just a normal legendary weapon. So let's say you're looking for a Rufus's Fury with target lock and I don't know if this can roll like this, but just for argument's sake, you're looking for target lock and rapid hit, or target lock and rampage, or something. You're looking for that role. We do the raid. Hey man, I got a Rufus's Fury here with target lock and sweet. Here, let me drop it for you. Trading should be a thing, and you could do that in Warframe too. If you're part of a clan, or you're not even part of a clan, if you're just playing with somebody, and you're talking to him like, man, I've been trying to get this gun for so long, man. Like, I keep running this one particular thing. I've run it like 300 times, dude, and I can't get this gun. I can't get this part. Oh, dude, I've gotten the part like 60 times. Here, hold on. Come here. You take them to your dojo and you trade. Trade for platinum. You can trade for other parts. You don't have to trade for platinum. Trade for other parts. Like if you're just a free to play person. What? If you're just a free to play person. You can just trade. Am I calling for trading in Destiny? No. What I'm saying is that's why I say that if any company wants to make a free to play game, model yourself after Warframe, not Destiny. I know that hurts a lot of people. I know that hurts a lot of people. And a lot of people, again, I don't understand people's hatred for when you mention Warframe and Destiny in the same breath. I don't understand their frustration. I don't understand their anger. It doesn't make any sense to me. But they do get very, very, very heated and very angry when you sit there and say the words Warframe and Destiny. They get very, very heated. Very angry. But Warframe has made it to where if you want to be free, if you don't want to pay for the game, or you just don't have the funds to pay for the game, you just want to enjoy and have fun and, you know, whatever. There's a way to play the game absolutely free. You're just going to have to grind. And I'm fine with that. There are times in Warframe where I'm like, dude, I just really want to just buy this. I just don't want to sit here and wait 72 hours to use this Warframe. Especially when new ones come out. I mean, they've released, I think they're on like 30 Warframes now, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. It's been a while. But like there's just some times where it's like, dude, I am not waiting 72 hours for a stinking Warframe to finish. Let me just buy this thing. Or if they have like they give you 50% off vouchers. Right? You go a 300 platinum Warframe, which is $10, but that's a full Warframe. You know, you get a half off. I'm just that's the way I feel about Bungie. That's the way I feel about this whole thing with Bungie. That's what I feel. You can agree with me or not, but that's my opinion, and I'm welcome to it. You're also welcome to yours. I'm also welcome to have my mind changed. You know, you can do a change my mind segment on that if you want. But that's the way I feel. And I'm not telling you have to have the same opinion as me. I'm not telling you that your opinion's wrong if you think something different. Great. It's the beautiful thing about life is we can all have different opinions. But that's just the way I feel. And that's how I've felt for quite some time. And like I said, I've discussed it with a lot of my friends and things of that nature. A lot of them disagree with me. Some of them agree with me. And we all just toddle off with our opinions and we just go back and play the game. So, let's see what else. The Xbox merger just got approved in New Zealand. I think we're waiting on the UK only, I think we're waiting on Australia as well. I think Australia also has to approve the merger, but UK just being a bunch of babies with it. I honestly, I looked at their argument. It's fairly weak. Cloud gaming's not really going to be a thing. I don't think cloud gaming's going to be a thing for a while. It's still really unstable. I mean, I've played a couple games in cloud. I mean, a couple games of cloud gaming. I know I was playing Warframe with someone, one of our buddies from England, one time, and he didn't have Outriders. Sorry, it was Outriders, not Warframe. We had Outriders. We were playing Outriders, and he didn't have it downloaded. And he's like, "Okay, well, I'll just do cloud gaming on it." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we're sitting there playing. He was skipping around. It crashed a couple times. I mean, it was unstable. So I think and a lot of people are in agreement with this as well, as and I've heard many people talk about this, is cloud gaming is so far off from being ready that the argument that, Xbox is going to run cloud gaming, it's kind of just a weak argument of, we just want to be buttheads and we just want to not allow this thing through. But yes, we're just waiting on UK, and then the merger goes through, which I'll be excited about when it does. I think it's going to be awesome for both companies. Hopefully Microsoft can bring get their team in to clean up Blizzard a little bit. I know some of the people are I'm a little hazy on the subject with the whole Blizzard thing. So if you could kind of enlighten me on what happened. I know it's been kind of SA allegations and stuff like that. I think that's what people have been saying is it's SA allegations. So I'm not going to comment on something I don't know about all that much. So if you could enlighten me, that'd be great. Done some research on it, but it's just I'm not here to bring you. I'm here to bring you news and good times. I'm not here to talk about that kind of stuff. So, but hopefully, yeah. So hopefully, Microsoft can sort of clean Blizzard up a little bit and make it awesome. They have done in the past. So, which actually, funnily enough, Microsoft is actually going to buy Bungie. Kind of wish they had. Would have been nice. Because in my opinion, Sony's had their shot at the cherry with Bungie, with Destiny before, and it didn't go well. So, I think having a second shot at it is not, it's not going to go well either. So, again, that's my opinion. I'm just not a huge fan of, and I'm not biased towards anything, just not a huge fan of Sony itself as a company. I've like I said, I've had Sony consoles, was not a fan. I have a PlayStation 4. It's sitting there collecting dust. When my Xbox went out finally, I ended up having to play, before I got the Series S, I ended up having to play the PlayStation 4, and I just wasn't a fan. My dog's wanting to drink water. Just go get a bottle of water, dude. Seriously. No, I'm joking. Go get him some water here. I'm probably going to end the podcast here in just a second anyways. But yeah, so, yeah, that was an interesting little tidbit I read, is that actually Microsoft was talking about buying Bungie, when they were looking, and then Activision Blizzard just happened to pop up, and they went and bought them. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I think, I think honestly, Microsoft would have done better with Bungie, but, because you look at everyone, and that's the thing too. I'll say this real quick before I have to hop off, but, I'll say this too, is that Microsoft, when it came to, everyone blames Microsoft for Redfall, right? It's one of the big things people do, is they're blaming Microsoft for Redfall. Redfall was already in development when Microsoft bought Bethesda. It's already in development. They already had everything done, like not done, but they had the premise set down, and Microsoft's like, hey, you know what? We're not going to tell you what to do. Just make a good game. That's all they asked them to do. They didn't. When your dev team is not happy with what they're doing, because a lot of the dev team said that they weren't happy with the product that was coming out. Yeah, you kind of probably want to, rethink some things. But a little tidbit of information if you didn't know. So, all right, well, I will catch you guys later. Love you guys, and hope you have a great day.